Well, hey guys, welcome back to Stags in the Wild. I got Gabe with me, joining me today, and we're going to go into a real in-depth side-by-side shootout comparison of all the really high-end sticks. So, Gabe, what do we got here on the end?
Tethrd ONE sticks.
Tethrd ONE sticks. We've got a full, really in-depth review on our channel about these. You can, we'll refer you to that. We'll actually post a link of it up above. But we want to include those in here and show you all these in one video, so you don't have to go searching for them. And then, Gabe, I know you were excited to get this next one, right?
Yeah, they're the carbon timber ninja sticks.
Yep.
So
two of them have built-in aiders. We'll show you that. We'll weigh them with aider, without the aider. You'll notice that none of these sticks have attachments on them, because we figure that a lot of you guys are probably going to do am steel rope mods, things like that. A lot of these come with buckle straps and things like that. You're probably going to throw those off anyway. We'll use some of those throughout the video, but we want to show you up front how they look without any attachment mods, because we're going to be weighing them without that, so it's a fair comparison, because you're probably not going to use a buckle with these really high-end sticks. What do we have next, Gabe?
The Beast Mini sticks.
Beast Minis. These are pretty sexy. I mean, they're the ones that kind of started the really high-end stick revolution, and so really, really cool.
Yeah.
And then we move over here. We've got the Dano sticks, right? EWO Ultralights, and a lot of people, we get this question quite a bit. How do those compare to these? All right. So we'll put those side by side, and then Shikar FXDs. So really nice. Matt went back to work on these. Matt's really awesome about that. You know, he puts a product out and then gets a lot of feedback and then makes tweaks on it. This is kind of the tweaked version of the Shikars, right?
A lot better.
A lot better. You're excited about these. Gabe hunted off the Shikar, the original Shikars, right? And
a couple months. I had them for longer. You had
them for a couple months, and just kind of got tired of what we call the fiddle factor, right?
Yeah.
And just packing them up, and that's actually why we went to one sticking, right?
It is.
And so, but so you're interested, you're really excited about putting these through their paces and seeing how much better these are than the original ones. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high-end sticks for you, and just for giggles, guys, we're going to throw in the Trophyline Minis to show you how just a really value package stick compares to the big bad boys, the top of the heap. Show you, is it worth it to go all out and get the really high-end ones, or could you live with, 4 sticks for $219? So we'll show you all that. We'll discuss price, we'll discuss weight, we'll discuss distances, all the specs, all that stuff. Come back and join us. We'll be back right in just a second with all that stuff. Okay guys, we're going to start off with the Tethrd ONE sticks. And what I want to do is I want to kind of give you all the information that we're going to show and compare and contrast with all the other sticks in this video. Now if you want to take a super deep dive, we're not going to do that today, but if you want to take a super deep dive into it, we've got a video we posted sometime a couple months ago or so. It's a 35-minute video on just the Tethrd ONE sticks. Running through it, put it in spaces, out hunting, all kinds of stuff. We had these since early, like first week of November of last year. Hunted on them for quite a bit of time, put a lot of time on them to give our feedback and thoughts in that video. So today is more or less just going to be black and white. Here's your numbers, here's how they compare and stack up against the other sticks, okay? So these sticks, if you have them individually singly, it is 19.5 inches from the top of this right here to the bottom of the stacking pin. If you laid it on and drew a line on a piece of paper, 19.5 inches long, okay? It is 17 and a quarter from step to step. So that's your step distances, 17 and a quarter from step to step that you get on these. Mine weigh exactly 16 ounces. Every single one of them almost 16 ounces. So 3-pack, 3 pounds. That's real world, real numbers for my sticks. If you stack these 3 together, they are 20.5 inches long stacked together. So from here to here, you'll notice they don't have perfect inlines. They do stagger step. We'll show you some of the sticks that we're going to go over today have perfect inline stacking. Some of them have staggered stacking. I never really think it's that big a deal for me personally, but when you stack them three up, it does become a 20.5 inch long measurement from the front to the back. Okay, so they have, let me separate here, they have about almost a 9-foot long what they call a Dynalite rope. So it's probably not true am steel, because they actually have it trademarked Dynalite rope. It feels almost identical to am steel, but almost 9 foot long. I will tell you that Luke Nautel is making some replacement ropes for these that will be sold through Eastern Woods Outdoors, and they are true am steel. They're 8.5 foot long, and he's got 2 different thicknesses that he'll offer: a 7/64 and a 1/8. They're $12 and $15 respectively. But the reason why some people are looking as an aftermarket rope is this is actually a little hard to kind of get to lock into that Dynalite tab. That groove is a little small for the rope that Tethrd sends with this. So something to check out if you're struggling with that. Not a lot of people are. I noticed it, but didn't struggle with it. But if it's something that you are, if you've already got these sticks and you're looking at what you can do, go to Eastern Woods Outdoors. Luke Nautel makes them there. They're $12, $15. Buy a little thinner am steel rope that will fit in that Dynalite tab just a little bit easier. If you go back and you do watch the Tethrd review, you'll notice one of the things that I really loved about these sticks was the glow tab technology. That's really awesome. I had them out just a couple days ago and brought them in, and I didn't have them out for 30 minutes and walked them back into my archery shop here, and before I could turn the lights on, I mean, these things were glowing like crazy. That's probably my favorite part of the stick, to be honest with you. Pretty awesome. So before we get into the final measurement here and showing you comparing and contrasting here, and I mentioned the length, 17-inch from step to step, all that. I will tell you that I think I would be remiss and not be doing my due diligence to you, the viewer, if I didn't mention that there has been several instances already of the glue popping off. That we talked about that in that review, that chemical bond, that chemical weld process, and there's been several people that I know personally. Some of them I don't know. I've seen it across the boards where these sticks, the steps where they were chemically bonded to this titanium tube. Literally the first time someone stepped up on it, just broke. Now the good thing is there's a roll pin that kept them from falling. Of course, if you're climbing safely, you should be tethered in, or at the least a linesman belt. Preferably move a tether up above you, because a lineman belt, all you're going to do is, you potentially could just slide down a tree. That is something to be concerned about a little bit. I'm sure that Tethrd is going back to the drawing board on their process of chemical welding, things like that. But it's worth noting, because out of all the sticks that have warranties, Tethrd's is the least. So they have a 12-month warranty on these sticks, a 1-year warranty. All the other sticks either have 3 years or a lifetime warranty. And we'll discuss that as we go through them. Now, having said that, I know each of the guys who work behind the scenes at Tethrd. If it's after a year, I personally I don't think they're not going to take care of you. A bunch of good guys at Tethrd. And so even though they only have a 12-month warranty, I bet they take care of you after the fact if you emailed them or whatever. So, but just wanted to throw that out there. If you haven't seen that, there's a lot of instances of that. Now, let's look at this, because I made a big deal about this in the review on my 35-minute review, and it's worth noting here that the standoff distance from a flat surface here is, if you go to the middle from the post, the tube, or the post on a Tethrd ONE stick to the outside, about the middle where your foot would be standing, you're looking at about 3 3/8. 3 3/8 is the standoff distance from the flat surface to the back edge of the step. 3 3/8. So, how does that compare to the other sticks? Well, let's grab a few of them and show you. Okay, guys, we've got all the sticks laid out here that we're going to compare, kind of in what we're calling this high-end stick shootout here. To me, I'll just be straight up front and honest with you. If you guys can't tell, if you haven't watched some of my other videos, Footroom, foot placement, standoff height is one of my personal priorities, probably above and beyond anything else when it comes to sticks. I mean, they've got to be solid, they can't flex, they can't have a lot of fiddle factor, they've got to stack well. There's a lot of things that go into it, right? So as I go into this, don't just watch this and go, oh, well, there's the number one stick, and run off. And I mean, if it's that much of a priority to you, well, then you may make that decision based on that. But we're going to go into all the stuff in this video on this. But this is a very big deal for me, and you know what? I know it's a big deal for a lot of people. In fact, I was having a conversation with a real good friend of mine today. We were going back and forth, and I said, you know, in my personal opinion, people give up foot room to be able to hunt with a stick that's got a certain brand on it, right? That's just my personal opinion, right or wrong, right? We've all got our own opinions, and why force yourself a square rod into a round hole, if you will, just to be able to say you're hunting with a certain stick when there are sticks out there that offer all of it. But you know, that's your choice. You've got to figure out what's important to you. If 4 or 5 ounces less is more important to you, then you're going to choose a certain stick more so than I would, probably so. But let's go into this standoff height. This is going to be your cover everything for standoff height and step distance and maximum foot room, right? Terms of maximum foot room, let's do it in reverse order. The minimum foot room is your Tethrd ONE stick at 3 3/8. Then you go to your carbon C1s, your Timber Ninjas, right? They're 3 1/2. So you can see, actually, if you can, I don't know if the camera will allow you to follow up. We're going from shortest foot room available, 3 3/8, to you've got 3 1/2 with the Timber Ninjas. And then the next one up in the middle of the road, so to speak, is your Beast sticks. Your Beast Minis are 3 5/8. That's the distance from the standoff from a flat surface to the edge, the outer edge of your step is 3 5/8. The next one is the Shikars at 4, a complete full 4 inches. So if you go, again, showing you what we're measuring here, if you go from a flat to the back of the step right here, you'll see it's 4 inches. And then the Mac Daddy, king of them all, when it comes to standoff room, no comparison, almost 5 inches. If you want to be very precise, 4 7/8 inches on the EWO Ultralights. That's the one that gives you the most maximum foot room when it comes to getting your toes. If you have to put your toes into the edge of a tree, and we're going to take all these out and put them on a tree. Actually, we're going to show you, let you see Gabe climbing all of them, right? Get him some more screen time. He loves that. Not. But we'll show you Gabe climbing on these. I think he's got a 7 or 8 boot, something like that. We'll figure it out and we'll show you that. But in terms of standoff room, maximum foot room, spacing from a tree, here is exactly how they stack up. 3 3/8, 3 1/2, 3 5/8, 4, and 4 7/8. So let's come back and actually let's go to a tree, show you the Tethrd ONE sticks on a tree, then we'll come back in and bring it into a new stick. Okay guys, we're out here at the tree and we're going to start off with the Tethrd ONE sticks. And actually, so there's been one day between going out from the archery room to here, and in that time I actually got Luke's ropes in that I talked about in the archery room if you want to replace these. And the reason why you may consider that is, you know, these 9-foot ropes, they don't quite make it up around the Dynalock tab, so how you wrap them around there is a little bit of a struggle. So I mentioned that Luke is selling 2 different sizes through Eastern Woods Outdoors. Go to doublesteps.com or easternwoodsoutdoors.com, and one is a 7/64, the other is a 1/8 inch. The nice thing about it is you can see how they pack really nicely. In fact, I don't even have to hold the ropes themselves and they'll stay on. I'm holding it by the stick here, and the reason for that is due to this bungee shock cord that he puts on the end of it. So once you wrap it around, you can put the shock cord over the Dynalock tab. And again, it's 7/64, 1/8. We'll play with them a little bit here, figure out which one that we like best that fits into this Dynalock tab groove best. But let's go ahead and get on up to the tree with them. Now, one thing we're going to do today as well on each set of sticks, we're going to show you, we get a lot of questions about, hey, how do you carry your sticks up the tree? Well, since this is a stick video, we're going to show you all kinds of different alternate methods on how we carry sticks up a tree. I'll tell you, the basic one that we've done for years and years and years is a 12-inch night ice gear tie. Run it through a molly loop and just run it around your stick or tube or whatever. That's kind of how we've done it for years. So we'll show you that starting off, and then we'll get up on a tree and show you how much foot room Gabe has and everything else are on the Tethrd ONE stick. Okay, so you can see we got one of the sticks on the tree, and Gabe, show us how you've got those the 2 remaining sticks on just with a knot eyes gear tie ran through the gear loop on your TX5 saddle there. So that's just a common way that a lot of guys do it. Very simplistic, very cheap, very easy. So show you that. So anyway, Gabe, go ahead and take out your linesman belt and go ahead and climb one up and put another one on there. Okay, Gabe does have, I think I mentioned 7 or 8 size boots. Gabe is all the way up. You got to blink and your kids will grow up. He's in a 9.5 boot now. So.
Get used to the Eastern Woods sticks or Dano 6. These become really uncomfortable because quick.
Go ahead and put your toes into the tree and.
Yeah. Without a lineman's belt, that would suck.
You couldn't stand on them without a lineman's belt.
I'm on my tippy toes. Yeah. Yeah, the bigger the tree, just more uncomfortable it gets.
Well, hey guys, we're back inside with the Timber Ninja C1s. That's their carbon stick. You know, if you've followed along in any of my videos, or truthfully, anybody that's picked up a Tethrd ONE stick, you realize that kind of the first thing out of anybody's mouth is, wow. That we talk about that wow factor with Tethrd ONE stick, that titanium tube. There's definitely a wow factor there. But you know what? The first time you ever pick up one of these, yeah, you get a wow factor with these things too. Now, they're 1.2 instead of 1, right? Tethrd ONE sticks are 1 pound. These are 1.2, and to be fair to Tethrd, these are 1.2 without an attachment method. I actually took some time and built a 1/4 inch, 6 foot long, 1/4 inch Amstel rope mod, and weighed it just a little bit ago. It was 1.8 ounces. So what I'm holding in my hand is 1.8 ounces. So if you want to add 2 ounces to this stick, that's what you're looking at to get a to get a full comparison. So, but anyway, guys, these are. They're pretty darn sexy. If you remember, if you've ever bought like carbon fiber tape or wrap to put on things and make it look really cool, like a bicycle, or you know, you've been impressed with planes and stuff like that. The finish on this, I mean, you can see the carbon fiber in here and all the matrix and all that. I mean, it's a cool looking stick, guys. It really is. Nice thing about it too, you'll notice, is that they absolutely pack in line. So some of the sticks we'll talk about today are staggered stack, and these are in line. So the way it is the standoffs are actually made to go inside the step. There, you can see them separate there, and then they come right back out. You'll notice also I have 2 different types of C1s. One without an aider and one with. So the one without is 1.2 pounds, again without an attachment method. This one is 1.52. So 1.24, 1.52. So again 1.5, 1.2. Without an aider. These are 20 3/8 inches long. From the end of the stick to the end of top end to the bottom end is 20 3/8 inches long. They are 18 inches step to step, so 1 inch longer than Tethrd sticks. They're 18 inches step to step there. Pretty cool. With the aider, you're looking at 25 3/4. From the end of this button here to the end of this is 25 3/4. This will actually pull out and give you an additional 12 inches of climbing surface there, which will hopefully help so that you don't need more than 3 of these, or if you do, you can buy them $120 a piece, just like Tethrd's ONE sticks are $119.99, penny difference. So $120 a piece for these. Tethrd's is $119.99. The difference is Tethrd does give you the deal break when you buy 3 at a time. These are $360 for 3 of them. Okay, so hopefully that covers pretty much all the stats and the measurements and everything there that you're wanting. Let you know they do have a 3-year warranty. So, and to be honest with you, Jason Red is the owner of Timber Ninja. We were talking back and forth, and he goes, look, he goes, if my product fails, I'll replace it. The 3-year warranty is transferable, by the way. But he said, bottom line is, if my product ever fails, I'll take care of it. Now, I want to be clear, because I had this conversation with some other people too, owners of stick companies, that they all agree, hey, if you're an idiot and you take a sledgehammer to one and try to break it so that you can get your money out of a stick 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years after you've had it, and you're just being numbnuts, yeah, they're going to figure that out. You're going to have damaged sticks, okay? But if their product fails and they can figure that out, then they'll replace it, okay? One of the coolest things that Jason does too, he sends you a nice little welcome letter, welcome to the Timber Ninja family, and explains, you know, how they're glad to have you, and also what to expect out of the product. You know, you may experience some creak, you may experience some shifting, as far as like the polymer step, because Jason says it is designed to flex a little bit. It's not a rigid material like, you know, 6061 aluminum or something like that. If you've got concerns about that, he actually goes through and sends you the sheets from the third-party testing facility, the actual what he received in the mail from the third-party testing, and it goes through and talks about the number of cycles they tested it, how, you know, these are rated to 300 pounds, but they tested it up to 600 pounds. It's actually got the signature of the guy who signed off on it. Every single step that it went through, so it gives you some reassurance there if you're concerned about any of that. So let's take them out, put them on a tree, and show you what it looks like with us standing on it, and see if it flexes for me. I'm 187 to give you an idea. Gabe is, I don't know, he's 110 or so by now. We're both going to get on this one just to see if we get any flex, any twisting, anything like that, and then we'll be back in here in just a second. Okay guys, we're out here with the Timber Ninjas. We've got both of them on the tree, and Gabe is going to start with the one with the 8er at the bottom. So Gabe, how's that feel compared to the tethered sticks?
Pretty much the exact same.
Feels about the same, huh?
Suck. I have to splice my feet out. It gets really uncomfortable really quick. Even in the short time you're standing on a stick, it's still really uncomfortable. Yeah.
What's that squeaking there? Is that just...
That's the stick.
Yeah, that's the squeaking, creaking from the standoff.
Yeah, don't want that.
No.
Sit on everyone. Yep.
Doing it on the top one too, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not the best. But overall, not much foot room. Basically same as tethered.
Okie doke. I want to go ahead and I'll climb on them too, and you know, I don't know, what do you think you weigh nowadays?
110.
110?
Yep.
Okay. I'm 187. Let me get on it and see if we get any flex out of them. You're already getting a lot of creak. Let me see if we get any flex when I climb up on them. Yeah, you're 110 and it's creaking like crazy.
Yeah. I feel a lot of give there.
Not every one of them is creaking, but those two did bad. Well, hey guys, we're back in the home archery shop with the vaunted Beast mini sticks. You know, a lot of people get on waiting lists for these. I like the way that Dan does it. He gets a big surplus stock in. He advertises them for sale, sells out usually really quickly. I was able to get my hands on these a couple months ago in one of the sales, and then when he sells out, he cuts it off, and so you're not sitting there waiting for you know, a back order or something like that. He does not back order them. But these are the Beast Minis. They're 20 inches long a piece, and you can see the reason I held them out in front of the camera like that, you can see they offer absolute perfect inline stacking. So if that's something that's important to you, the Beast Minis do that. And these are 20 inches long, the Minis are, and they're 18 inches step to step. So 20 inches and 18 inches step to step. Now here's something cool. I know Dan is a machinist by trade. Dan Infalt, the originator and the ultimate, the beast himself, right? I have a lot of respect for Dan, and I'm telling you what, that respect carries over when I look at these sticks, because that machinist background, you can tell that he probably demanded perfection when he was doing his R&D and developing these sticks, because the fit and finish and attention to detail is flawless on this stick. Even the steps, they have a little bitty protrusion on each side, right, that kind of grabs and hugs the tube right here, and it barely fit in. I didn't have to hammer it or anything like that. It just snapped in really nicely, and that is on every step on all three sticks. So you got six times, and it is absolutely perfect. Even the tolerances on his antler standoff, and he calls it that because it's designed to kind of look like an antler. The tolerances on those, I mean, flawless. I mean, this thing could not have went together any tighter without pushing and hammering and stuff like that. It really good job. All the holes are beveled out really nicely. Very good. Also, I want to give kudos because Dan and the Beast stick, one of the first times that I've ever seen, you know, we're bad as an industry to throw at an advertised weight, and frankly, a lot of companies don't even come close to it, right? I mean, I can think of one right off the top of my head right now. If they throw out an advertised weight, you can probably add 20% to it. I mean, they're bad, okay, and you can probably figure out who I'm talking about. Well, Dan advertises this stick at 1.7 pounds. Guess what? It came in at 1.54 to be exact, but 1.5, which is phenomenal. It's really the only product I've ever seen that came in well below advertised weight on his website. So kudos, Dan, for doing that. He also says, you know, he includes a buckle strap with all the sticks. Again, like I mentioned to you out there on the deck, I don't really see people using buckle straps when you're talking, you know, this is a $95 stick, $285 for three of them. And it's probably on the lower end of everything we've looked at. You know, everything we've looked at so far has been about $120 a stick. This one's coming in at $95, so a little bit more value there, especially for this is a quality stick. I anticipate people using something like the AMSTEEL rope mod that I made for the Timber Ninjas. Now you can buy 6mm cords from Timber Ninja site. I think it's $8. You can buy a buckle strap sort of like this for $10 from Timber Ninja site. If you're going to use a high-end, really nice stick, I would advise doing an AMSTEEL rope mod. Okay, that's what I'll be ultimately using on these. We may throw those on a tree just to. In fact, I won't even open these up. I've got some other ones that we'll throw on just to show you how they are on a tree. But yeah, really nice. I don't know if I mentioned to you, there is a slight angle on each step. It's 9 inches across here. It looks like it's a little bit larger or wider width. I did measure it against with the Tethrd ONE sticks and the Timber Ninjas. They're just about a 1/4 inch less, so you don't gain a whole lot there. But there is a little bit of an upturn there, which I'm sure is going to make it a little bit safer, especially if your traction's wet, if you've walked into a lot of dew, or if it's raining that day. I'm not sure how comfortable, if it's going to really matter that much straight versus a slight angle, but it's definitely going to keep you from sliding off a little bit more. I do want to point out the one caveat with this. This is the first set of sticks that you've had to assemble. So you buy a set of Beast Minis. They come in a box with all the parts. There is an assembly instructions there. They're pretty simple to figure out. it's time consuming because you need a wrench on one side, a socket on the other, a deep well socket to get in there. I actually had to run to O'Reilly's and buy a deep well socket that would fit in there. And then you want to make sure as you're assembling these on these standoffs, you'll see there's an angle here. That angle, you always want that angle so that when you're pulling it down and setting your stick, that angle is sliding down like that. So it can be a little bit of a safety issue. And it is included in the instructions. If you read those instructions, it points it out. There's a couple videos that point out too, but that angle, you want to make sure that angle is on the down side of the standoff on all two standoffs are full of points on all the sticks. So anyway, let's take these guys out and put them on a tree and see these. A lot of people love those sticks. So let's get out and put them on a tree. Okay guys, another little device that we use sometimes, and this is a really nice one. This is made by Matthew Tompkins at TX5 Custom Gear. He calls this a Versa Loop, and basically you just girth hitch it onto a gear loop or a molly loop, and then you can put your Versa button. Gabe, show him how that works. You just put your Versa button right into that, and it holds it hands-free right there on the side. So that's a nice way to hold your sticks while you're going up a tree right there. Just put the Versa button in it.
Yep. Substitute out for a gear tie.
Yep. A little bit simpler than the Night Eyes gear tie and all those twists that go into it.
Yep. They are solid. These sticks are solid.
Let's go ahead and put one more on the tree, and then we'll let you step on it and show how much foot room we have. Okay, Gabe, what were you saying? We're using the stock buckle on this. What were you saying?
Buckle.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, that's why we really don't expect anyone on these high-end sticks to use.
That's one thing about the carbon and Timber Ninjas and the titanium Tethrds is, even if you hit it against your buckle, anything that's aluminum or metal, it has a really loud ring in it.
Yeah, the carbon dampens it for sure.
Yeah.
There's been some complaints about the titanium tube being hollow and echoing. A lot of people have filled them with, some people are filling them with foam. I think Luke Dottell filled them with cotton balls. They definitely need to be silenced, but you're right, these have a real a ting to them as well.
Not as bad.
Most people put cell strips on them. You're going to have to move your lineman belt up, buddy. There you go.
They're significantly better than the Timber Ninjas and Tethrd with foot room deal.
You can feel a difference in them already?
Yeah, big. I mean, they're not insanely, but they're quite a bit better. Not as bad. And when you splice them out, they're decent. But unless you want to self-trip the whole stick, it tings a lot.
Yeah. Well, you just about don't see a bee stick in the woods without them being self-stripped. Most sticks, for that matter, really.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Probably 90% or so.
Yeah. And what's your thoughts of the stick overall?
It's nice. It's rock solid.
Yeah, it was the first thing when you stepped on that one. I think we hadn't started filming yet. That was the first thing. As soon as you said it, you're like, oh my God, this thing's solid.
Yeah, they're rock solid. They don't move. No squeakiness. Nothing. They're great.
Stand on your, there to show how much room you've got. You're more on the balls of your foot here.
Oh yeah, a little bit more.
Versus your tiptoes where you were.
Yep. They're not the greatest thing, but they're better.
They're better
than some sticks. Some will still beat them.
Well, let's get down and put some more up and see if we can find something that beats them. Well, hey guys, we're back here this time with Out on the Limbs Shikar FXDs. And these are the ones that Gabe was excited about getting to try, because he started off with the Shikar, the regular Shikars that folded, and really liked them, was pretty enamored with them early on, and then just the twisting and the turning and packing them, and it just got to be too much. And like we mentioned, that's what led us down our one-sticking journey. That's why we went off on that path. So we're really excited about these because these, the FXD denotes fixed. They are completely fixed. No, nothing to collapse, to fiddle with, anything. I mean, they're solid. They're fixed right there. Again, want to point out that another set of sticks that absolutely pack in line. Really cool with that. They're 19 inches long. So from the top of this, solid billet aluminum tube, 6061 solid tube. Well, actually, it's not even a tube. Solid bar stock would probably be the better way to say it. Not a tube at all. So you know, they don't have the ting. I mean, there's a ting there, but not quite the same with a hollow tube, right? 19 inches long, and then they're 17 inches step to step. 17 inches step to step. They weigh 1.54 pounds, exactly the same as the B sticks. 1.54 pounds, same as the B sticks. They're $99.99 a piece. So $100 a piece for those, $300 for the set, minus 3 pennies if you want to be specific and exact about it. Now, you can buy this 5/8 inch mini flat strap that Matt provides and sells if you want to order it. They're $8 a piece if you want to order it with that option. Again, what I would probably do for $8, I would probably spend that money on an Amsteel rope mod. I think it's cheaper, and then you can splice it. See how I've got that spliced exactly the diameter of a Versa button. Actually, I splice it onto the Versa button, and then on this one, I actually remove the Versa button to get it off. That's so you don't have to worry about it coming off. We've used these. We had the flat straps on our first set of Shikar, the regular compacting, folding, collapsible Shikars that originally came out, right? And I actually lost a couple of these flat straps coming through the woods, these 5/8 inch mini flat straps, because I couldn't see how easy that came off. All I did was just look at that, just lift it off. So I would probably splice an Amsteel on there. But other than that, I'm real excited about these sticks. I'm real excited about putting them through their paces and seeing how they do. The only thing I know, some of the, like the Tethrd ONE car, right, had a little bit of flex to it because of the small billet stock aluminum. I'm really curious to see if I get any flex on this one. So again, just like the Timber Ninja ones that we did, I will probably step on these just to see if we can get any flex out of these. But $100 stick looks really good. Talk about the machining. We spend a lot of time on Dan's B sticks. These are kind of the same way. Press fit together. Really super tight tolerances, and you don't have to assemble this one. Matt does it for you. Attention to detail on this is equally as well as good. Really good looking stick, really is. So, and it stacks super easy. So let's go out and put those on a tree, and we'll be back with our final stick.
These aren't as rock solid as the B sticks, but have a little bit more foot room, a little bit. Not too bad. No squeaking.
Why do you say they're not as solid as the B sticks?
I don't know why, but they have a little bit of movement.
You got a little bit of flex or something there on them?
I got a little bit. B sticks have 0.
Yeah, I can see the flex of what you're talking about right there.
A little bit. It's not
much.
It's not bad. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it, but these sticks are definitely rock solid. They do have a little bit more foot room, which is nicer. I care about more than the flex. Yeah, the foot room's it's not a huge difference, but it's a decent amount. Stand straight there on the balls of my feet.
Let's let you pack them up see what your thoughts are versus the FXDs versus the original Shikars.
Yeah. I'm guessing they go just like that.
Yep.
It's a huge difference from the other ones.
You like that packability a little bit better?
Yeah, so much better.
Well, hey guys, we're back with the last high-end stick in our shootout series here. This is the EWO Eastern Woods Outdoors Ultralight stick, and you'll see it is going back to a staggered stack system. So we started out with the Tethrd ONEs, which had a staggered stack, and then you got the Timber Ninjas, the B sticks, the Shikars, all stacked inline, and then we're going to wrap it up and close it out with another staggered stack. To me, guys, it's not how it stacks. Some people make a big deal about that. It's never bothered me at all because I'm going to throw it on probably the back of a backpack or something like that. And, even this, so if you take one of these sticks by itself, it's 20.5 inches long from plastic end cap to plastic end cap on the ends of the sticks here. It's 20.5 inches long. If you stack it and measure from here, the top of this all the way to the bottom, you're looking at 22.5 inches stacked. So that's the difference there. So again, 20.5 inches from end to end here, 18 inches from step to step. This stick comes in at 1.58 pounds. 1.58 pounds. So both the Beast and the Shikars were 1.54. This is 1.58. So 0.04 of a pound more. If you could almost blow on it and get that much weight to to register. But it does. We talked about really nice machining that I talked about on Dan's Beast sticks, and they are. This is really, really nice too. In fact, this one has an Aluma button. It's aluminum versus polymer or plastic or something like that. The tolerances, again, are super, super tight. I can tell you I've owned several sets of these sticks, and if you ever take them apart, this is basically the same construction that's on the Ultimate One Stick that you've seen us one stick with and things like that. If you ever have to take it apart and you want to mess with it and change out a platform or something, you almost have to beat these apart, beat the step off and the standoff off with a rubber mallet or something, because once you screw these together, and it takes an Allen bolt head on one side and a socket on the other, once you put these together, it just tightens everything up so tight. Also, I will tell you, this is the second stick in our series today that you do have to assemble. Although, as good and tight as the tolerances are, and as good as everything is, and as flush fit, this stick does go together a lot easier than the B stick. Probably half the time to put 3 of these together than it does to get the B sticks. That's because you're dealing with the holes and trying to get the hardware up inside there. Both phenomenal sticks. This one just is a lot easier to assemble, but you do have to assemble it like you do the B stick. So how much does this stick cost? $115. So what would it be? $345 for 3 of them, I believe. So $115 a piece. Does come with the B sticks, the Shikar sticks, and the EWO, all lifetime warranted for the life of the product by the manufacturer. Provided the caveat is provided that you're not being an idiot and beating them with running over them with a car or beating it with a sledgehammer or something like that. But if the product fails, and any of those 3 sticks, I honestly don't know how it would. But the manufacturers, the makers, the owners, Dan Infalt, Matt Garris, and Dan Osterhout would all back this for the life of the product. So just to let you guys know that. So let's take it out, put it on a tree, and see how it does out there in the real world. Okay guys, showing you some more stick caddy systems here. Again, people ask all the times about how do you carry your sticks up. These are from Genesis 3D Printing. This is a stick clip, and you can see it just clips on and goes through your, right here we've got it through this gear loop. It could go through a molly loop. You could actually go through any kind of a system here, but it actually just, your stick just clips on here. You can take it off like that, one-handed. Actually one-thumbed as I'm holding the other camera here, and then just clips right back in here and holds there. So again, this is from Genesis 3D Printing. They've got a lot of different designs here. And in fact, when we get done here, we'll show you one of a stick mule clip where you can put this and one more on and then clip to a couple Versa hangers and carry them horizontal across your butt, which is really nice, especially if you've got them packed 2 or 3 deep as well. We'll show you that here in just a second. But Gabe's going to climb on the Eastern Woods Outdoors Ultralights, and we'll let him get up here and See how much foot room he's got on these and how much he likes these.
That's a tremendous difference. Way better than Ultralight, Timber Ninjas, Shikaras, Beast sticks. Tremendous difference.
Let's throw one more up on the tree and let you walk around it at my head height, and that way I'll be able to film your boots on it a little bit easier. Okay, Gabe, what's the verdict?
Yeah, really nice. Really nice. Plenty of foot room. Then if you splice them out, you can get it all the way to your heels. Yeah, it's really nice.
But if you're standing straight, you're back to here if it's hard to see with the camera. Okay guys, I know this has been a high-end stick shootout. You know, all these sticks are basically $100 a piece and up, right? $100, $115, $120 a stick. Just for fun, I thought it would be kind of neat to throw into this mix the Trophyline Minis. Now this set right here specifically is my personal set that I used and modded out, and I have a video of it. We'll throw a link up there to it, that I changed out from the single swiveling sticks to the, you know, I bought these are the Eastern Woods Outdoors, the double steps, ultralight anodized sticks that I put on all tops and bottoms. Changed out with the, you know, modded them out to the rope mods and everything. And so you can see a complete video on how I did that. I will tell you that Trophyline has new double steps coming out. In fact, they were trying their best to send them to me for this video, and the stick guy's a little bit behind back at the factory. But they will be available to the public in June. And the nice thing about it is, now they won't come with an AM steel. You'll still have to watch my video if you don't know how to make an AM steel rope mod, or you probably do. But if you want to throw one AM steel yourself. But otherwise, they will come with double steps like this. 4 sticks like this for $219.99. 4 sticks for $219.99. Now you can kind of see why I wanted to throw these into the mix, just to kind of give you a little bit of, you know, I don't know, just something for comparison, a baseline for, okay, those were the really high-end sticks. How does some really value-minded sticks, you know, stack up to them? Well, so each stick a piece, and the cool thing about it, I love, this dates back to the Lone Wolf days, right? And of course, they have Novix make these for them at Trophyline. The old strap that holds them all 4 together. I think that's kind of cool. Now they do stagger stack, and even the new ones will. They'll look a lot like this right here, right? Okay. But each stick is 1.48 pounds. That's without, I took the AM steel rope mod off to get that weight. 1.48 pounds per stick. They're 17 1/4 inches long, and then the step-to-step distance is 15 1/8 inches. 15 1/8. So you got your shorter distance than the other ones we've looked at. But then again, they're third best when it comes to standoff distance from a flat surface. You got 3 7/8 inches standoff distance from a flat surface to the back edge of the step. So now, because they do stagger stack like that, I wanted to tell you, you know, they go from 17 1/4 inches long, single stick. If you stack 4 of them, and of course this is 4, not 3, 4 of them are 21 inches long. So it doesn't really take up a lot of extra room to get 4 of them stagger stacked like that. Again, $219.99 for 4 of them. So, you know, weigh it out. If you want $320 thereabouts for 3 sticks, or $219 for 4, but they're a little bit shorter, be a great option if you wanted a Nader Swader, Versa 8er, things like that. Just wanted to include those in there because I know there's going to be people that watch this and go, oh my God, $100 a stick. Man, I get it. I wouldn't have paid that starting off in my bow hunting career 25, 30 years ago, whatever it's been these days. I think it's 27 actually. I wouldn't have done that, to be honest with you. I'm just at a point in my life where I can now, But this option would have been fantastic for me starting off years and years and years ago. So I wanted to give that to you in case you're one of these guys who are watching this video and go, I can't believe people pay that for it. Well, there's your really, really good option. Timber Ninja makes we showcased the C1 today. They've got an A1, an aluminum stick that's a lot cheaper as well. So check that out too if you're looking for low-cost alternatives to some of these high-end sticks. Okay guys, this is another little product from Genesis 3D Printing here. You've got the Versa hangers that go actually insert up into the molly loops, and then the stick mule clips on here, and they actually clip into either side of the Versa hanger, which is really kind of cool. It allows you to carry your sticks horizontal to the ground, and then you can walk right into the woods with them that way. So just like that. Pretty cool system. We'll include a link down in the description below letting you see Austin Cantola, the designer and owner of Genesis 3D Printing, shows exactly how to use these, and I'm going to refer you to his video. Really cool little system there. Well guys, that kind of wraps up our shootout today. Gabe wasn't with me when I did a lot of the measuring and weighing and stuff like that in the archery room, but we let him go out and scamper up and down the tree a little bit. And I tried to keep it, just level with giving you the stats, the facts, just the facts. And Gabe threw in some color commentary as he was going up and down the tree, gave you some of his thoughts, which was totally, unprovoked. I like that because it lets you see somebody who has complete unbiased. I mean, no one's influencing you one way or the other, are they? You just tell it like it is when you get up on a stick. So I love that. And you can tell kind of what we value in a stick a little bit. What's one of your most important factors there?
By far, my most important factor in a stick is the standoffs.
So let me ask you, if you had to choose, we've got, you talk about, you probably got well over $1,000 worth of sticks. These sticks are $300 a piece. Some of them are almost $350 a piece. Some of the very best sticks on the market, high-end sticks. If I forced you, if you had to choose one set of sticks, what would it be? Yeah,
definitely the Eastern Woods Outdoors Ultralight sticks. Just with how big their standoffs are, there's nothing like it. How solid the B6 are and how light the tethered sticks are. The problem is they just can't beat the ultralights, the Eastern Woods Outdoors Ultralight. They're just a great stick, and that's mine, number one.
Number one stick right there, huh? Yep, I agree. And I've been using that stick for, until we started one sticking, that was the stick I was using all the time. And you were using the original foldable Shikars that, you had the knurled knob and everything. And I know you like the FXDs a lot better than the originals, right? Yeah,
they're a lot better. The originals where you could fold them in were, I hunted off those probably 30, 40 sets, and they're just so flanky and bangy, and they're just...
Yeah, we would hunt sometimes 400 yards apart, and by the time I got down, packed up my ultralights, my Eastern Woods ultralights on a backpack, strapped into it, got down, walked the 400 yards to where you were at.
Yeah, you were still
folding up the Shikars, which honestly I think we've mentioned is one of the reasons why we got into one sticking to start with, because it's one little stick, 12 inches long, and fold up some rope and we walk off.
Yeah,
so
it's super quick and super simple.
Yeah, but as far as the world of sticks goes, these are some of the best on the market, and you can't go wrong with any of them. Absolutely not. But when it comes down to if you're going to ask us and put a gun to our head and say, hey, you get one set of sticks to hunt with, I think we're both in agreement. And I didn't prep you on that question, right? Nope. You didn't know it was coming. That's just, I think we're both in agreement there that it's head and shoulders above and beyond the other sticks out here.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, we hope that helps you a little bit. You may not value what we value in sticks. This is just our opinion. You can have yours, which is great. That's what makes the hunting world go around and why there's so many products out there. But hopefully we've given you enough insight to see, if you don't value standoff room like we do, and you value weight, hey, go with some Timber Ninjas or the tethered sticks. Either one of these. If you're talking 1.2 or 1.0, 0.2 of a pound difference between these two sticks. So anyway, great offerings out there. Hopefully this helped you a little bit. We'll see you the next time on down the line.
Yeah, so I'm brighter over there.
It's brighter, and I've got a hat, so that works.
Let's see, you stare at the freaking sun. That goes for you.